Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Ever wonder if robots could help us with our mental health, but without taking away the human touch? This new paper dives deep into that exact question. So imagine this, we're living in a world where chatbots, like ChatGPT, are getting smarter and smarter. Now, a lot of people are thinking, great, let's have these AI bots be our therapists. But this paper says, hold on a second, that might be too narrow of a view. The big idea here is that mental health care has a lot of white space, meaning gaps where people don't get the support they need. Think about it, therapy sessions are great, but they're usually only once a week. What happens the rest of the time? The researchers argue that instead of trying to make AI replace human therapists, we should use AI to fill in those gaps. They've identified 4 main areas where AI could really help. First, in prevention and screening, catching problems before they get serious. Second, for people who are on wait lists for therapy. Third, supporting people between therapy sessions. And fourth, helping people after treatment ends to make sure the progress lasts. They point out that since late 2022, with the rise of tools like ChatGPT, people are already turning to AI for mental health support. While some studies show that AI chatbots can be effective at delivering parts of therapy, the big question is whether people will stick with them long enough for real change to happen. The authors believe that AI should be used where it is the best available human. And in many of these gap areas, there isn't a human available right now. People are already using AI as their first stop for information and support. So it is a chance to reach people who might never seek traditional care. Consider how long it takes to get therapy. In the US, wait times can be weeks or even months. And therapy sessions themselves are often spaced out, even though research suggests more frequent sessions can lead to better outcomes. Between-session support is often minimal, and aftercare can be pretty basic, even though relapses are common. The paper emphasizes that real change in mental health happens not just during therapy, but before it starts and after it ends. They even show a cool diagram, figure 1, illustrating how much time people spend in these in-between stages compared to actual therapy sessions. The core idea is a figure ground reversal. Instead of focusing on AI in therapy, focus on AI supporting the whole journey of mental health care. This includes prevention, managing waitlist times, supporting patients between sessions, and helping them maintain their progress afterwards. A key principle throughout all of this is keeping a human in the loop. This doesn't mean a therapist is watching every single AI chat. It means that a qualified professional is ultimately responsible for the patient's care, and AI outputs are designed to be reviewed and acted upon by humans. No AI is making big clinical decisions on its own. Safety is also a huge focus, with systems needing to recognize and respond to urgent risks. Let's break down those 4 areas. First up, prevention. There are different levels of prevention. Universal prevention is for everyone. Selective prevention targets groups at higher risk, and indicated prevention is for people who show early signs but don't quite have a diagnosis. AI can help with all 3. Imagine AI in health apps or workplace wellness programs offering stress reduction tips, or in schools and doctors' offices, helping identify people who might need a little extra support. This is exciting because it can be more affordable than intensive human intervention. It can also make prevention more engaging through personalization, potentially improving how well people stick with it. AI can help people build protective skills like emotion regulation and spot early warning signs. The paper also acknowledges a crucial point: people are already using general AI chatbots for mental health support. The challenge is to make supervised, clinically validated AI tools more accessible and appealing than these unregulated free options. Next, screening. Doctors often don't have enough time for thorough mental health screenings. AI could step in here perhaps by having a quick chat with patients at the beginning or end of an appointment to flag any concerns. Some studies suggest AI might even be able to detect mental issues by asking specific questions, similar to how clinicians do. One study mentioned used a chatbot to collect intake information, which reduced the time clinicians spent on assessments and even led to lower dropout rates and higher recovery. The key here is that the AI flags concerns, but a human makes the final clinical decision. Then there are the waitlist periods. As we said, waiting for therapy is tough, and people's conditions can actually get worse while they wait. This is where AI can be a game changer, building on existing digital CBT programs. AI can offer support during this waiting time, keeping things stable or even improving them. AI can also supplement what is called stepped care models, where people get lower intensity interventions before more intensive therapy. Think of AI providing personalized, always available help. It can even help with things like role induction, which is basically preparing people for therapy so they know what to expect and how to get the most out of it. Crucially, even during these waitlist periods, there is human oversight. Intake coordinators can get alerts if a patient's symptoms worsen, ensuring they get attention. Now, between therapy sessions, remember how only a tiny fraction of our week is spent in therapy. That time between sessions is super important. It is when people reflect, think about their therapist, and try to use the skills they learned. AI can help here by guiding people through homework, sending reminders, and answering questions. A study mentioned found that patients using an AI tool alongside therapy had better attendance, lower dropout rates, and improved outcomes. AI can also help patients practice skills, consolidate what they've learned, and even help them gain more insight by summarizing their experiences and tracking patterns. This is done within the broader idea of blended care, which combines in-person and digital interventions. The paper suggests that therapists could review AI-generated summaries of what happened between sessions, which would actually reduce their workload rather than add to it. Finally, what about after treatment? Mental health issues can often come back, and it is important to prevent relapse. Aftercare programs are key, but they can be resource-intensive. AI can offer low-cost, accessible ways to support people after therapy ends. An AI could help with routine monitoring, identifying early warning signs of relapse, and reminding people to use the skills they learned in therapy. It can also provide personalized psychoeducation and motivational support. Again, if risk thresholds are crossed, the system escalates to a clinician. This is where human oversight is also critical, especially since some patients might no longer have an assigned therapist. AI can conduct check-ins, combine symptom measures with open-ended conversations, and generate summaries for a care coordinator to review. The paper also looks at how AI can help therapists directly. Think of AI as a co-pilot for administrative tasks. It can summarize sessions, find key discussion points, and reduce the time spent on documentation. However, they caution that AI shouldn't replace the reflective practice of writing notes, warning of a risk of de-skilling. The goal is to find the right balance where AI assists without taking over. AI can also help with things like drafting referrals and managing records. On a deeper level, AI could act as a consultant for therapists, analyzing session transcripts to identify effective and ineffective moments, or pointing out instances where a patient might have avoided a topic. It could even monitor progress on specific therapeutic goals like changes in trauma. Related beliefs in PTSD treatment. The crucial takeaway is that AI is a tool to augment human care, not replace it. The focus should be on building a more connected, less burdensome, and more accessible mental health care system as a whole. The vision presented is one where AI seamlessly integrates into the entire mental health journey, from prevention to aftercare, always with a human guiding the process. They emphasize that a mental health care system with integrated AI will be better than one without it. So, what is my take on this? I think this paper offers a really important and realistic perspective. The idea of using AI to fill the white space in mental health care is incredibly promising. It acknowledges that traditional therapy is vital, but also that it is not the entire picture for many people. By focusing on areas where human resources are stretched thin, AI can make a significant difference in accessibility and effectiveness. The emphasis on human oversight is crucial for building trust and ensuring safety. One of the biggest strengths is the figure-ground reversal concept. It reframes how we think about AI in mental health, shifting from a direct replacement model to a supportive augmentation model. This is much more likely to be adopted by both clinicians and patients. The breakdown into prevention, waitlist, intercession, and post-treatment provides a clear roadmap for development and research. However, a limitation, as the paper itself points out, is that we're still in the early stages of developing robust, validated protocols. The concern about unregulated general-purpose chatbots being used for mental health is very real, and it highlights the need for clear guidance and accessible, clinically sound alternatives. Making these validated AI tools as user-friendly as something like ChatGPT is going to be a major challenge. For future research, I'd love to see more studies on how to really tailor AI conversations to different individuals and conditions. We also need more research on the long-term effectiveness of AI-supported aftercare, and how to best integrate AI feedback into therapist training without eroding their core skills. The integration challenge mentioned for AI documentation tools is also relevant, making sure these tools truly fit into clinical workflows and don't just create more work. Ultimately, this research paper gives us a compelling vision for the future of mental health care, one where technology and human expertise work hand in hand to provide more comprehensive and continuous support. What do you guys think about using AI to support mental health in these in-between times? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to RUBIN'S Mind Lab for more science stories. We'll see you in the next one.